Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video, I will be showing you one platform which I personally use for my own interview preparation. It's called AlgoCademy. So this is not going to be like my usual videos where I show tutorials for any other problem, but rather here I will show you why this platform is so good and you should consider giving it a try. So if you are in the market and trying to make a decision like which platform you should go for and purchase for your next interview preparation, I would recommend AlgoCademy. And why is that? I will go through in depth all the features of this platform and how it is different compared to its competition like Algo Expert over here. That will be also covered in this part of the video. So let's get started. So this is the landing page, and when you come to this algocademy.com, so here some of the key features they are highlighted over here. See, translate ideas into code, guiding you line by line. So this line by line, this particular sentence, keep in mind very carefully because this is one kind of USP for this particular platform, and I will be showing and demonstrating you why this is some unique feature which you have never seen so far in any other platform and optimized for beginners. So these are like key features, and if you go down here, they are also like elaborating on that line by line and step by step guidance part also. And here you can see some like code, how they are checking and what all matrices they check your code upon. So all these we will go through. So let's get started and sign in with my account and show you how the interface looks like. So you can sign in with Google or Facebook, anything. So let's say I sign in with my account, and after signing, let it load. Then after signing up, this page will open where you can see all the questions which are there in this platform. So as of now, the question count is 116, but I can for sure say more questions will be added like as the coming months coming, because this question count keeps on incrementing as the time goes by. So now, first of all, UI wise, I would say I really like how they categorize this problem based upon like two categories. One is by difficulty and one is by category. And by category, they mean particular topic like let's say theory or looping, or these are kind of like iteration based problems where searching, sorting, recursion, all these things are there. And here a separate section for only recursive problems. Here brute force problems, then here are like the big guns like DFS, trees, 2D arrays, here greedy, and all the important sections which are required and very important for your interview are covered here. And this is also see that dynamic programming also have quite a number of problems which we can go through in this platform. So now after going through any particular problem, now we can able to see that what is the exact specialty of this platform which we have not seen so far. So let's say I want to solve this problem called minimum path sum 3. So I go to this problem. So I have already solved this problem previously, that's why it's saying like this. So if I just go and click on this start new session, so it's let's say some other question called maximum sum BST in a binary tree. So this question is very well defined over here, and we can see that all pictures and test cases are very well defined. So now the main interface looks kind of like this, where you can choose the programming languages. They are having all the three and four important programming languages which commonly everyone uses like C++, Java, Python, and JavaScript. And this is the code editor window over here. So now I will give you one scenario where like how exactly one should use this platform. That is, let's say you are first time coming to this problem and you want to try this problem once by on yourself. So what you can do is you can just directly come here and click on this coding tutorial toggle as off. Then immediately we'll see the steps are gone now. So you can directly write the code and give it a try by yourself and just run the code to see how your code is doing. Now let's say you are stuck and you don't know how to do it. So there are basically two things. One, there is a video explanation which is a very detailed and well structured video explanation on how exactly to solve this particular problem, or you can use that step by step solution which they will show you. So why this step-by-step solution actually makes very much sense. That is, let's say your interview is coming in, let's say 2 or 3 days. you don't have to like too much time to come here and watch like a 10 minutes video. So rather than, what you will do is you will just quickly run through all the steps and write the code yourself, and you will just understand like why each of these steps are making sense, why this step is coming after this particular step. So like this, I will go through one of these problems just to show you how this step by step solution works. So I will now click on this toggle on. So immediately you will see total there are 19 steps defined, and we can solve this problem in 19 steps. So let's see how they are defining each step and how we can solve by adding one by one step. So first they are saying we will use a global variable result to store the best answer, and we have found so far while running DFS the variable should be initialized with 0. So basically what they are saying is we have to initialize a variable called result. Okay, so result equal to initialize with 0. So let's say this step is not making much sense to you, or you're not getting what exactly they are asking for. So there are actually two buttons over here. See, if you click on this view solution, you can see what they are asking. So see, I was not clear about what they meant. So they meant global variable result, but here I made a mistake and I just wrote one instance variable inside this particular function. So that is not correct, right? So what I can do is rather click on here and replace the code with the solution. So if I do this, see, whatever they were suggesting just came directly over here. Now there is one button, that is validate step. If I hit in this button, they will validate that whatever you did. For now I have just took their solution, but if you have done by yourself, you can validate that step, that if you have done correctly or not, by clicking on this button. So if I on click this button, you will see it got passed and it went to the step number 2. Okay, now similarly step number 2 also they are saying, okay, now make a DFS function with parameter as root. So like this we will be doing whatever the steps they are mentioning one by one. So like this they are suggesting us to make a DFS function. So first parameter will be self, and the next parameter will be root. So we will see if that steps validates correctly. So see, I have done some mistake, so it will also show if you are doing some mistake. So I will again see where I'm doing the mistake. So basically what they were telling is not to define the function, they were telling to call the function first, later I will define. So again I can just press on this replace with solution. So you got the point, I hope, like how this step-by-step solution actually making sense. Now, as this problem is kind of like a big one and has multiple steps, I will just quickly go through all the steps and complete the solution and show you how this platform actually judges your code based on multiple scenarios, and why this is a very unique feature which it is having, which I have not seen so far anywhere else. So I will just quickly go through all the steps. Replace with solution. So the video is not getting too much longer, so that's why I just quickly run through all the steps. Now this is the last step which it is having. So let's say one more thing I would like to mention over here. Let's say if I want to go back to any previous step and do it once again, so we can do that also. And here we can also see like all the steps which are already verified, and we can see there is a tick mark. So there is only one step which is there to be done. So we can just go to here and replace with solution, and we will validate. This is done also, and this is the last step we have to do, replace with solution, validate solution. So after all these tests are done and all the solution is done, you can see it says congrats for completing the solution. But here one more very important thing is, see, you can just directly click on this section and you can see the more optimized solution of this particular problem. So basically for one particular problem, all the possible solutions starting from the brute to the most optimized solution, everything is covered over here. So that is also a very good thing. So usually what happens is in other platforms, there you have to just watch a very long, like 40 to 55 minutes video, where they will explain one by one what is the brute, what is the more optimal, and what is the most optimal solution. But here you don't have to do that. So each solution with each time complexity has separate steps of itself. Like here for order of n square solution, it had this many steps. For order of n solution, it will have a separate kind of steps, and you can go through the same similar steps. So for that, it will have a dedicated video as well, but you can just go through this coding tutorials type of test or steps also. Now you can also see whatever the source code they are suggesting over here. So their source code is this, so it will be exactly similar to whatever we have over here, because we took all the steps for their solution itself. We haven't wrote because of just like it will be making the video very longer. So now after solution, how the code is validated, that is also very interesting. If I now click on this coding tutorial as off, and just imagine that we have written this code and we want to validate like how many test cases are passing, and we just click on this run code. So here one very unique feature it has, that is it is actually checking against your variable naming and code quality as well. So what that basically means is, in an interview, not only writing correct solution is enough, you have to write good code and production ready code as well. So what that means, your naming convention of methods, your naming convention of variables should be meaningful. It is not like you just give the random name like A, B, C, D, and so on and so forth. So that is also it is checking. If the naming convention you have used is not correct, it would have failed over here. So this is also one very unique feature which you won't get anywhere else. So this is how this interface will work. And if you want to solve the problems, just come here and go through one by one steps, and you can get all the possible like solutions of any particular problem from root to the most optimal. So now after that, if you want to just go to the main menu again, there is a button like problem list. You can go here and see all the problems. Now here one more thing I would like to mention, that is all the questions you see over here might always not have those step by step validations or step by step tutorials, because there are basically two type of problems. One where you have those steps, and one they are called homework type problem, which is kind of similar to one problem which already have those steps. So you have to solve that particular homework problem by yourself. So for example, over here, if I go to, let's say, this 0 1 matrix problem, so one similar problem is already solved using those steps. Now here it is, see, this is a homework problem. So here you will get one video explaining if you are not getting how to do it, but you will not get those coding tutorial. Here this button is disabled. So for this homework kind of problems, you only have to do it yourself and have to run code and validate like how your solution is doing. So this is all what it has to offer, and this is a very unique platform, I would say, in terms of like how they are approaching a problem step by step, and how they are checking against your code quality and naming convention as well, which is not there anywhere else. Now coming to the part, what are the features which are like better than its competition? So I will be comparing now it with AlgoExpert. So if I go to AlgoExpert here, first of all, one difference you can notice is the UI might look in AlgoExpert a bit more polished, because if I just go here and coding interview questions, here in this particular menu, this is kind of looks similar to this, but inside that editor, this AlgoExpert UI is having a much more defined look, you can say. Here it is having like some of the features which this interface may lack. So I hope they will bring those features also here. Let's say one thing which I like really want this platform to have, that is this editor cannot be adjustable, this is stuck. So it actually is difficult, let's say, for different screen sizes to code, because we cannot adjust this anywhere like left or right, but here it is completely adjustable like this. So this is one feature it lacks. Another thing which I like here in this AlgoExpert UI, that is there is a clock. You can actually time how much time you are taking to solve one particular problem. So that would be a good feature for this platform as well, if we can time like our solutions. Now another feature which I think both these platforms are lacking, but a platform like LeetCode or InterviewIt is having, that is, if let's say someone solves a problem and comes here later for revision, they have to go through the all the steps once again. So if there was some like option where someone can note the important points and keep it to this problem, and they can later on come to this problem and quickly go through the notes they have prepared, then they don't have to like do the whole problem once again. So that will be a cool feature. Both websites are lacking. It is not present here as well, and it is not present there as well. So now coming to the conclusion part. So before coming to any conclusion, let me clarify one thing. like no coding platform can say that they are self-sufficient. You just do all the questions over there and you will nail your interview. That is not possible. So you have to put in the hard works, and these platforms can only build your foundation and base strong. So now, judging from the question count here, it is having 116, and AlgoExpert as of now having like 160 problems. So I won't say this problem count actually matters that much, because they are like tend to change with the time. So more questions will be added in both places. So I won't take that into consideration in my conclusion. But the one thing which extra offers, this Algo Expert offers, that is this data structure crash course and this coding interview assessment. So basically this data structure crash course is some video course where there are some basics of like each data structure, how trees work, how hash table hash map works, how time complexity works, and so on and so forth. So for those also, here some of the theory concepts are covered over here also. So I don't think this particular thing over here is very high quality, so that you have to like choose Algo Expert. That is not like, it should not be like a point for you to consider Algo Expert just because it is having this crash course, because in YouTube also there are like many free content which are better than this. But one thing that is actually nice, that is this coding interview assessment. Here actually whatever the question they are already having, they will present it in a assessment kind of way. There will be one timer and you have to solve some like 2 or 3 problems. But that also I won't say should be like a point you should consider, because you can get this same exact feature in lead code for free, where you can go and give any mock assessments there. So the main code functionality, the tutorials and the step-by-step solutions are obviously better in AlgoCademy compared to this Algo Expert, because here usually the videos they have over here is like almost 40 to 50 minutes long, and going through that much long video for every problem can be a little too much for sometimes. So here you can just directly come and go through these steps, and you can just directly solve any problem, so which actually makes much more sense. So yeah, that is my assessment for both this platform. So now the choice is yours. I would recommend that AlgoCademy offers much more and much unique features than Algo Expert, so you can obviously go with this for your interview preparation. And now coming to the part, if you are really considering to purchase this, I will be leaving one link in the description box below, where you can click on this link and you can get up to 20% off on your purchase on the premium in Algo Academy. So do consider using that link so that you can get some extra discount on the platform as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my video. If you like my video and like this comparison between the platforms, and if it helps you to make an informed decision, please do make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.